There are robots among us, and they're running for office. That's according to failed Republican primary candidate Timothy Ray Murray. Now, Murray recently ran in the Oklahoma primary against fellow Republican Frank Lucas, who may or may not be a robot. And if he is a robot, he obviously can't win a Republican primary because, as we all know, robots are unqualified for public office. His evidence? Murray claims that Representative Lucas was executed by the World Court in Ukraine on or around January 11th, 2011. Wow, that's incredibly specific. Now, he said, on television, they were depicted as being executed by the hanging about the neck until death on a white stage and in front of witnesses. He also stated that while it is possible to use look-alike artificial or man-made replacements, such replacements are not human and therefore ineligible to serve in office. This went crazy fast. Now, one of his campaign promises was he's promised to never use an artificial intelligence look-alike to voice what the representative's office is doing, nor would he ever own a robot look-alike. I don't know. Look, I've called a lot of Republicans crazy, because some of the stuff they actually believe in, or they say they believe in, but this guy's actually mental. And somehow, he still received 5% of the vote. It takes all kinds to be in the Republican Party these days. And look, this is where I have to plug the importance of universal mental health care. And look, he's a Republican, so he probably doesn't believe in that. But if you think your opponent is a robot, and therefore you've actually won your primary election, then you're either nuts or you're a fucking genius for finding a technicality. And who knows? Maybe Murray might actually try and save us from the coming robot apocalypse. A little bit of tongue-in-cheek. Sean, take it away.
Well, I mean, to be fair to this guy, technically, or to be unfair to this guy, I'm not exactly sure. Technically, I'm pretty sure part man, part machine is called a cyborg, not a robot. Or maybe it's an android. So, we got to get that out of the way first because that's obviously the most important issue here. But this is actually symptomatic of a disorder called Cape Grass, the Cape Grass delusion, which basically people think that people in their lives are replaced by body doubles, which I actually found pretty interesting. But
that is interesting.
I'm surprised he didn't go with the reptilians. That's a more popular conspiracy than the Terminator robots are taking over. He was a lizard, and the reason he survived his hanging is because lizards can't be strangled. Right. Scientific fact. That's just the way it is. But this is weird, really, really weird. And this guy got 5% of the vote, and I'm not gonna lie. I think if he would have came out with this strategy beforehand, he probably could have got around 8% of the vote. Because who doesn't like hearing about robots?
The what is it? The Cape Grass disorder, right? Where you think everybody's been replaced by robots.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting strategy to try and win, to try and invalidate your opponent. It's kind of ingenious. It's kind of hilarious. I'm not quite sure what else to say about this guy.
Well, I mean, his opponent actually, the accused robot actually released a statement, and basically he denied being a robot. He also said if he was a robot, then people should remember a robot may not injure a human being or through direct action or inaction. Number 2, a robot must obey orders given by a human being, except if those orders conflict with the first law. And number 3, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such does not conflict with the first or second law of robotics.
Well, there you go.
That's
and as far as
That's Asimov's.
Asimov's rules. Yeah. Yep, I'm
Hilarious.
familiar. I do have one more thing actually to say about this. Sort of my final point. I'm pretty sure Obamacare covers treatment for Cape Grass syndrome.